triple A stands for accountability, activity, and advancement. Because with accountability partnered with activity, then you have advancement. And so that's what it's about. It's about creating a sisterhood of high capacity, high activity women that rise together. So as a result of that, because think about it, we all have the same product. We all have the same marketing plan, but some people earn cars and some people move up into leadership and become directors, and some people lead teams. So what is the difference between those who sell an eyeshadow, sell a product, and those who earn cars and lead teams? What is the difference? The difference is leadership skills, what they believe about themselves, and what they believe is possible. So leadership skills is so expansive in what it covers. But part of that is self-discipline. And so some of this is just a recap for those who have been on here. But when you discipline yourself, no one else will ever have to discipline you. Because be clear, life will discipline you. If you run a red light, life will discipline you. If you spend more money than is in your bank account, life will discipline you. But when you discipline yourself, your doctor doesn't have to discipline you. Your friends don't have to intervene. When you discipline yourself, others and life don't have to discipline you. So what we are doing on this leadership call, on this leadership Zoom together, and it's going to happen every single week, it is tools in your belt. Because think about it, carpenters who have tool belts, if you only have a hammer and a screwdriver, you can do a lot of things, but you can't do everything. You can't chisel a statue. You can't put some capacitors together. You can't. You don't have the tools. And that's what this is about, is putting more tools in your belt so that you can create the life you want. It will be in Mary Kay. It will be out of Mary Kay. It is not all about Mary Kay. Mary Kay can be the vehicle. It can be the tool. It can be the playground where you exercise the skills and then you go and do it in a different arena. But be completely clear, this has been my arena that I knew the woman that I wanted to be. I knew exactly who I wanted to be. I didn't exactly know how to get there. And this has been the arena that has allowed me to exercise those muscles and strengthen those muscles so that I had the strength to become that woman. So I'm going to share with you a story about a national sales director in Mary Kay. So we talk about in Mary Kay, we learn the skills. So what are some of those skills? One of the skills that you will learn is emotional management. And it is, you will hear me say this forever, it is not a one and done. It never is. Because we will secure one area and then something will happen in a different area. And we're like, whoa, I thought I had that. No, it pops up in a different way, in another way, and it allows us to continue to grow and to continue to expand, because it is also about confidence. And you will hear me continuously say this: confidence is a bucket that leaks. You can have it and you can lose it, because it is a muscle. It must be strengthened. How do I know this? Because I have rolled up to church in a pink Cadillac and not had the confidence to go find a seat by myself. I know what I'm talking about. It is a bucket that leaks. So I encourage you, I implore you, and hopefully will inspire you to stay plugged in to this safe environment where you can not always be right, not always be perfect, but you have a space to learn and grow. And what I love about it is we're not doing brain surgery or tattoos. If it doesn't go well, wipe it off. Like, there is nothing that's going to happen in your Mary Kay journey that we can't figure it out. And that's the beauty of this Mary Kay arena and the Mary Kay experience. So this NSD, which stands for National Sales Director. As a National Sales Director, that leader has mentored 10 women to the directorship position. And so she knows how to lead people, but she also has mentored, those 10 women have mentored 10 women. So she doesn't just know how to lead, she knows how to teach how to lead. That is a national sales director. There have been about 700 in the world in the 60 years that Mary Kay has been a company. So it is prestigious, but it's also very exclusive because of what it requires from the national. So this national sales director was very, very fond of horses, like been around horses her whole life, loves horses. Something spooked the horse, and the horse reared up and lost its footing and fell down on top of her, crushing her spine. They immediately called the ambulance, got her to the hospital, and very quickly did surgery on her back. When she came out of surgery, the surgeon was talking to her and he said, I don't understand how you're alive. And she said, what do you mean? And he said, when that happens to someone, their response actually accelerates their body so that it goes into shock and ends up sending them into a heart attack. So they don't actually die from the event, they die from their body. And he said, I don't understand why that didn't happen to you. And she thought about it and she said, I have been trained for this moment my entire life. Because as a national, one of the skills that we teach is emotional management. Manage your emotions and you will manage your paycheck. So what does that mean? When you manage your emotions, you are saying, I choose to do right now what I am supposed to do, what must be done to get to my future, not what I want to do. Because everybody Everybody wants to eat the dessert, or everybody wants to eat the bag of chips. Nobody wants to eat the salad. But what do we choose to do? Everybody wants to, scroll on social media, Netflix binge, all that stuff. Everybody wants to do that. But what do we choose to do in the time allocated to do it? It's not that you don't ever have fun. It's that you have goals and activity that match. Because when your goals are higher than your activity, that produces frustration. And when your activity is higher than your goal, that produces insignificance. But when your goal and your activity match, that produces momentum. So what we're going to do is we are going to attach meaning to the work. So what is the work in Mary Kay? The work in Mary Kay, people think it's actually holding the appointments. That's not the work. I mean, we would all hold appointments all day. We get to meet interesting and new people and hear their stories. That's the fun part. That's the frosting. I'll eat the frosting every time. But the work is the booking calls, the booking reach outs. Sometimes it's making phone calls instead of texts. I have learned that when it comes to people that I do not know or have not met, it takes, what is it? I don't do well with percentages. It takes 10 times more than it does a call. So I call, and I prefer it because, number one, I get more results. But number two, a phone call takes more tenacity, more grit, more out of the comfort zone. Whereas a text is passive, a call is active. That's where the growth is. So when it's someone I do not know, I absolutely make a call. That is the work, the bookings, the lead generation, going to get the leads to call for the bookings. That's the work, bookings and leads. So I want you to think back. How many of y'all have, remember Karate Kid? It doesn't matter which generation it was, but like the Karate Kid story. Yeah. Okay. So you remember how whenever he was at the beginning, he was like, I want you to paint the fence. Like, I want you to, up, down. I want you to wax the car, wax on, wax off. And he was like, why am I doing this? Because it had no meaning. Until he was put in a situation where the actions produced the necessary results. So let's talk about some things that we've talked about previously. We have talked about grit. We have talked about how to get more out of leadership. We've talked about the road less traveled. Everybody wants the growth, the results, but they don't want the journey. So what we're going to do now is, and I will also share with you that just because those have been shared already, I promise you we will share again. So if you're like, I want to hear more about that, you will. Why? Because we receive at the level that we are. We receive at the level that we are. It's the reason that we will read the Bible and it'll like reach us in a different way. We'll be like, has that always been in there? It's because we receive at the level that we are. We've had different life experiences so that when we read it, it gives us different meaning and different attachment. Okay, so I want you on your piece of paper to write down, what year is it 10 years from now? So you're writing down 2032. How old will you be then? We're going to do a little future thinking right now. So it's 2023. How old are you? What occupation or title do you want to have? What are the ages of your kids? And for those of you who don't have kids, you can be like, they'll be about ... whatever that age is. No one knows for sure, but planning helps. Maybe you have grandkids. What are the ages of the grandkids? What are your finances? Is your house paid for? Are you in a house? And maybe you're not in a house now. Are your cars paid for? Are you driving free Mary Kay career cars? How long have you been driving that free Mary Kay career car? So now on your piece of paper, I want you to back it up 5 years. So that year is 2027. And then just do a quick summary. Whatever is most significant to you. Now back it up 3 years. This is a significant one because this one is close enough to see, but far enough that people a lot of times will not attach the correct value to this one. This is the one that is in sight. This is the target you can see. And now, 1 year. In the last month, have you found yourself thinking, oh my goodness, this year is almost over? Because, oh my goodness, this year is almost over. And it will go just that quickly without intention, purpose, and clarity. Being intentional with your actions, having purpose and meaning behind those actions, and clarity for the results you want. Now it's 6 months, April 2023. The new year has come, the new year has gone. We're settled into 2023. Where are you? Because your 10-year goal, maybe it's having your house paid off. At the 5-year mark, you need to be within striking distance to keep the momentum. So maybe at the 3-year, you have an increase, but at the 1 year, you start paying extra. Do you see how you walk it backward according to what you want? A lot of times people will take a goal and they will walk it forward. And then when they don't hit it, they get discouraged and then they crumple it up and throw it to the ground and walk away. In Mary Kay, we have been taught and modeled, you never change the goal. You only change the deadline. So with your 10-year plan, and you're not going to write it all out right here, right now. I am giving you some ideas. I am giving you some language. I am giving you some thoughts to say, what do I really want? Maybe you're not even living in the city you want to live in. How am I going to get where I want? First, you have to understand what you want. Then you have to understand the path to get there, and then the activity required, and attach meaning to the actions. A lot of times people have financial goals. That's awesome because it's very measurable. When you can measure it, you can see how you're doing. You can grade it, if you will. Because what happens sometimes is people will be like, I just want to be happy. I'm like, wow, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Happy is a feeling. So unless you can attach a number to it, I want to be at least a 7 or higher, at least 5 days a week. Okay, well, now you can measure that. But if it is something financial, you can definitely measure it. So we are going to walk out an idea that Emily shared the other day, and it's called your face value. And I wanted to start with this so that people can know how to get what they want and the activity that it's going to take to get it. So in Mary Kay, you put the product on faces. When you put the product on the face, you don't know if they are going to not buy anything or buy your entire store. But there is the law of averages. So you cannot use one face and go, okay, this is it. You can't use 5 faces. You can use 10, and 10 will be a good sample. If you can do 15 or 20, now you have an accurate representation. And I encourage you to do that periodically to know what your face value is. So for example, if you're in front of someone and they don't buy anything, that's a 0 face. And that what happens is sometimes consultants will get discouraged. They'll be like, people aren't buying anything. And then the second person, $25. And then the third person buys $275. So in that example, 0 face, $25 face, $275, the face average is $100 because $300 divided by 3 is 100. So what are some benefits that you can see in knowing your face average? Somebody tell me a benefit that you can see that you would think. And I would like for the consultants to share. Directors, I know you know.
So that you don't get discouraged.
So that you don't get discouraged. Yes. Because when you have that zero face, you're like, $100, baby. Because really it is. What else?
How many faces you have to see?
How many faces you have to see to hit your goal? Definitely. Because if your goal is to profit $600 and your face average is $100, that's a $50 profit. It's basic math. If your face average is $50, it's still your face average. It is what it is. But you also can increase your skills and watch your face averages go up. So it's also feedback to let you know, oh, my face average is going up. I'm getting better, because sometimes we don't see growth. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like, I'm just kind of rolling, but then other people see it. What else do you gain and benefit when you understand your face average?
Confidence.
Confidence. You absolutely gain confidence. Because how long does it take to do a face? In theory, an hour.
An hour.
Yeah, about an hour. So when you are having $100 average, even if you're having a $50 average, then your hourly profit is $25 an hour. That's not anything, that's not bad, folks. That's not bad. So, and when it increases, then you're like, yeah, watch me work. What's another thing? Anybody else have anything else? Because I have one that has been so helpful for me. It has allowed me to be the gracious woman that I wanted to be. It has allowed me to be gracious so that when someone is a zero face, it does not reach me because I know my averages. And so it allows me to love that person in front of me with an open heart because it's an average. People don't necessarily remember what you say, but they do remember how you make them feel. And when you can graciously love someone, because honestly, if they didn't purchase anything, it's because they couldn't. They loved it. They saw a difference. They feel more beautiful and softer. If they didn't buy anything, it's because they couldn't. They needed to be loved on. They needed that. And you were able to provide that. But if you don't know your face averages, then it may not quite be that. So it's new faces and it's first time experiences. That's your face average. Okay.
Is there sort of a national average? Just wondering.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, the real answer is nope. Okay, so what I want you to do after we get off today is I want you to know what you want or have an idea. For me, that was always a little bit harder because I was like, oh my gosh, if I say it, now I have to do it. Permission to change your mind, permission to reevaluate. And if you need some support from your director, you're like, hey, can you ask me some questions to help me know what it is that I want? She can listen for where the energy is and where the excitement is and the passion is, and she can help you develop what you want. Because it's not just what you want, it's what you'll work for. We all have the same product. We all have the same marketing plan. Some have worked past the no thank yous or the amounts of rejection. And so it's that rejection. It's what meaning we attach to that that determines our longevity. Because the same numbers that you work with to create your face average, you can do to create your booking average. I have to ask a certain number of people before I get a person to say yes. And it helps you manage your emotions. So that when you get 3 in a row, you're like, okay, buckle up, buttercup, here we go. It's going to be all right. Because you know you're about to get some no's because it's averages. And there are certain numbers of bookings that you have to have in order to get one that holds. It's all averages. And it doesn't matter what anyone else's average is, except yours. People don't plan to fail. People fail to plan. Understand your numbers, develop your plan so that you can have your 10-year goal met. And you can be tracking at the 5-year mark so that it helps manage your emotion at the 3-year mark so that you are excited at the 1-year mark. Pam Shaw, National Sales Director Pam Shaw, I'll leave with this closing thought. She said, people underestimate the minutes and they overestimate the months. People underestimate the minutes and people overestimate the months. The minutes are where the victories are. And when you manage your minutes, then your months are fists in the air doing the victory pose. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to break out into our units in breakout rooms. Okay, so
Hey,
yes,
hang on.
yes,
We
you in
have
the back with the
celebration
hat.
video.
Yes.
We have our celebration video.
Thank you, Emily. Oh my gosh. It takes a village, people. It takes a village. So we have a celebration video for those who turned in their numbers from last week. And we are going to recognize them and celebrate them. When are they due? Okay, they're kind of due at midnight on Sunday night. But you know what? If you forgot, it's okay. Go ahead and get your numbers in. You deserve the celebration. It is totally great. So we have a little celebration video, and here we go. We're going to make some buzz this week. Yay! First one is Queen of Sharing, Marion Cash Rose with 3 new team members. Big congratulations, Court of Sharing. Melissa Runyon with 2 new team members. Oh my gosh, what an amazing court. I am so proud of y'all. Queen of Sales, Melissa Runyon, $577 week. Yes, that is big girl money. I love it. And Court of Sales, Heather Cusno, Dara Ronquillo, and Marion Cash Rose. Yay! Woo! Queen of Booking, Melissa Runyon, book 10. Yay! That is where it's at. Oh my gosh. Yes. And the court, Heather Cusno has 6. Somebody else has 3. And Star Consultants, we hit a button. That's all right. Well, anyway, y'all can read. Star Consultants, Stormy Lee, who's on here with us, is an Emerald Star. I am a Diamond Star. And the quarter ends December 15th. Ruby stars are Emily Lewis, Melissa Runyon, and Eileen Devitt. Yay! Star consultants already moving up the path. Sapphire star Lindsay. So very proud of you as a Sapphire Star already. And Golden Girls for November, Stormy Lee and Maureen Ship. Yay! Here we go. And I want to take a quick second to celebrate and recognize and honor the beautiful Lindsay Breeding, who is a brand new senior consultant. Yay! And Destiny Bailey, brand new baby new consultant, also a senior consultant. So, and both of them are new, just so you know. So what is a senior consultant? A senior consultant is someone who has their very first team member, their very first active team member. So Lindsay is an officially senior consultant. Destiny is officially a senior consultant. And you know that you are leading when you have someone who is following. That is the definition of a leader. You have somebody who's following you. So big congratulations, Lindsay. We are so excited. Destiny, beast mode, so proud, getting it done. So who will be celebrated through November? We're going to be absolutely cheering big time. Okay, so now we're going to
We
do
have one more. Wait. We have one more thing. Okay, we have 2 consultants that we need to pin. So Maddie Smith and
Wait,
then
wait,
Selena just filled out her agreement like 15 minutes ago. I know.
Fabulous. Wait, Maddie just filled it out 15 minutes ago?
No, Maddie was like last week. Selena. Yes. Congratulations, ladies. Yay.
Woohoo!
Very good. Okay, so everybody is going to mute. It is time to pin our new consultants. We're virtual. Do your best. Okay. I will say the words. You will repeat after me. With this pin, I will sell and recruit.
With this pin, I will sell and
recruit.
Throw away my pants and break out the suit.
Throw away my
pants and
pants
bring
and
out
bring
the
out the suit.
Mary Kay means fun and money, you see.
Mary Kay means
fun
fun
and money, you see.
But my success depends on me.
But my
My
success
success
depends on me.
I will choose my work. I will choose my play.
I will choose my work
I will
and
choose
I will
my
choose
play.
my play.
From this day forward, I rock with Mary Kay.
But from
But
this
from
day
this
forward,
day
I
forward,
rock
I
with
rock
Mary
with Mary
Kay.
Kay.
Welcome, Miss Selena. So excited for you and so excited about what your journey holds and what your 10 years will look like. I cannot wait to hear your plan. Okay, anything else we need to cover? Stormy, you're so cute. She's like, that was okay, so now we are going to jump over into the breakout rooms. And
Yay! So if you are watching on Facebook, just a little heads up, you will not get to join your unit's breakout room, sad face, which is okay if you're refreshing, but you want to be on Zoom so you can be in your unit's breakout room and hang out with your unit for a little bit. So join on Zoom next week or come on now.
yeah, pick on it. Okay, so Emily, if we are in the breakout rooms, will we be able to see it up above?
See if someone joins up above.
Yes, like so
I
that we
will.
can click it.
Yes.
I just didn't want them waiting. All right, come and follow me if you're in my unit.
So click your director's name. You should have a button at the bottom that says breakout room. You'll click that and then hop on over. I guess I could stop recording. There's a lot happening on my screen. Heather Coos Snow, I'm sending you.
Okay.